Shri Mpa'bd Samadani.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to take part in this very important discussion on education. Sir, we agree that our system of education has to respond positively to the changes in the surroundings, in the situations of society and the country. And sir, changes are taking place in lightning speed. The system of education that fails to respond to these changes will be futile. And sir, we should respond to these changes with long-term objectives and more lasting shift, depending on and emphasizing on the everlasting humanitarian values. At the very same time, it is very pertinent, very imperative that our system of education should centralize and focus on Indian identity, Indian reality. Sir, our strength of Indian identity lies on its plurality. But it is very unfortunate and highly condemnable that the present government's educational policy fails to see the whole as a complex. It fails to see the Indian plurality with vividity and diversity. It fails to see, sir. Very unfortunate and condemnable that the government is following a prejudiced sectarian agenda of polarization with regard to education. Sir, coming to the pedagogy, we all agree that the pedagogy has to be revised and renewed. It has to be updated. No doubt about that. But sir, this revision of the pedagogy should not be and must not be for destroying and spoiling the pluralistic spirit of Indian culture. Sir, it is foolish and a reflection of negative mind to emphasize one and to ignore the other. One important casualty of this present government's policy of education is history, इतिहास. सर, इतिहास को इस्तेमाल करना है भविष्य के लिए, posterity के लिए, positive aims and objectives के लिए. It should not be for destructive purposes. Sir, every country will have its own history. History is a bundle of rights and wrongs. Whatever the people of the past have done, they have done. It is finished. Sir, it is foolish to use history to destroy and spoil the peaceful coexistence, hamsaya rawadari of the present society. Sir, the government policy of scrapping certain important parts of textbooks of history is condemnable. Sir, it should not be like that yaad mazi azab hai ya rab. याद माजी अजाब है या रब छीन ले मुझसे हाफिजा मेरा. History should not be like that, sir. Sir, history should not be like that. इतिहास एक अजाब नहीं बनना चाहिए, इतिहास को जहमत नहीं बनाना चाहिए. लम्हों ने खता की थी और सदियों ने सजा पाई. There is no meaning in dividing history. Sir, I would request the government, the minister, to see the Indian whole, as a complex. And for that, one has to wear the Indian specs, not the lenses of this community or that community, this sect or that sect. We should be ready to wear Indian spectacles and Indian lenses. Coming to the backward sections, minorities. Sir, the budgetary allocation for the Ministry of Minority Affairs, it is reduced. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, what is the reason for this reducing of this budgetary allocation? Sir, the condition is that only 29% of the youth of the minority community have access to education, according to the scientific data provided by surveys. The government is following a policy of the nullification of scholarship schemes of the minority community. For example, the Maulana Azad National Fellowship Scheme. The government policy is very negative. It creates much hardships for the students. And I would request the Honorable Minister to consider the backward areas with regard to central schools, Kendriya Vidyalayas. Honorable Minister is present in the House. For example, our district of Malappuram, we have only one central school. And my constituency, Pannani, Honorable Minister, it does not have even a single central school. And Kerala has 38 central schools, Kendriya Vidyalayas. I would like to request the Honorable Minister to sanction a central school in my constituency, Pannani, which is a part of the district of Malappuram, which has only one central school. And coming to the coaching center, sir, one side, the confidentiality of the examinations, that is compromised. On the other side, there is these coaching centers. The position is that An Indian student cannot survive without joining a coaching center. This condition should change. The government should bring a change in that. Childhood is no longer about playing. Childhood is a period of playing. Instead of that, it is spent in the basement dungeons to clear only 1% selection rate exam. Sir, if you get rejected in these examinations, and we all know 99% are rejected in the examination, sir, then you are left out. There is another problem. The NTA examination centers are often located far away. It creates much hardships for our students, especially in the state of Kerala. I would like to request the Honorable Minister to consider this aspect also. The government has to consider the backward classes, the minorities, and also this scrapping of certain parts of history. What I would like to point out here, emphasize here, that the system of education should be shifted from text to context. Quoting, sir, I am reminded of a poem written by Akbar Allahabadi. Badhao tajribe atrafe duniya mein safar seekh, khawas khash ko tar seekh, उलूम में बरो बहर सीख. खुदा के वास्ते नौजवानों होश में आओ, दिलों में अपने गैरत को जगा दो, जोश में आओ. This hosh is very important. Hosh is very important. Sense is very important. I would like to request the Honorable Minister to consider this kind of ailments of the system of education and to come forward to correct the same, to undo the same. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.